Greetings to everybody who is watching this video, decided to click on this video to watch. My name is Ekow SIMPSON. I create content and I live in Cape Coast, the capital city of Central Region, and then the ancient capital of Ghana. So it was moved from Cape Coast to Accra. So it rained yesterday, heavily yesterday, and this morning I decided just to go out and then create a content that talks about this brother who is from Gambia, and he's lived in UK when he was 14 years, but now he's moved out of UK. But I think that this brother was saying was so touching, and I felt like you should know about it. He was calling people from the UK to leave UK and find themselves somewhere else. You know, he's suggesting that UK isn't a place where, if you really want to have a community kind of lifestyle, a community upbringing of your children, you know, where you don't find a lot of competitions, people think they're in a competition with you, you don't get to talk to people who are walking by the street. Yo, I just found a friend. Yo, chairman, senior boss, commander in chief, I salute you. Orko sharp. Wow. So that is a mate of mine. We went through the same junior high school, and then he is with the Ghana Fire Service. That's beautiful. Shout outs to you, bro. You did what you gotta do. So anyway, I've gotten to a place that I'm going to show you where I lived when I was brought to Ghana. This is where my grandmother lived. So I lived here till when I got to see junior high school, and then I moved out of this place. So this is where I lived. Yeah, it's called Bakaano. Bakaano, this is where I live. This is my house. Mommy, morning. Hey. Mama and Dad, yeah, so I have some old relatives there. Say, hey, I need to let them know that my dad is not feeling well. They know, but I think I need to let them know officially for me as a son. So anyway, I'm going to show you, come. I'm going to show you a snippet of what the brother was saying in his video, and then we will talk more about it. You also want to share with me if you've lived in the UK, because honestly, I see a lot of videos from the UK, you know, from other part of the world. Yesterday, I was talking to one man. I went to buy a drink from him, but he was dressed in a certain way. So I asked him, Dad, have you lived outside Ghana? He said, yes, in France. And to be honest, it's better I came home, because France, I mean, living abroad, it's not like how we see it here, how we see it on the news and everything. It's really a hustle. It's a hustle. You can't get papers to work. You can't do this. You can't. Anyway, I know I keep cutting the conversation, but I just want to show you where I grew up, where my grandmother lived, where she was selling kokonte. So kokonte is made of dried cassava, which is grinded and then put in hot water. You stir it. It becomes a little bit hard, a little bit soft. And then, you know, you eat it with, you swallow it with soup. Yeah, maybe groundnut soup, light soup, whatever. So just gonna inform these people that my dad is not feeling well, and this is where I grew up, like I said. Good morning, man. Morning.
You're busy.
I
do my wife.
Yeah, who beach you? No, me a video, baby, I'm in na masem mero fa ha ma be check up here I promise
and cross in the car this
I know
na me janka for na ya fa ya be see for license
office on you ya mana do why empo okay on paka won na mo fa ha dey and then na manyina kasa na me bi sande wenyim do no ho fa na kakra and that on ye there old age some Paul one how you hold so this is where my grandmother used to sell. We would be here. There was a hut somewhere here, and so she was selling kokonte. People used to come here. The whole place beautiful. And we used to stay up there and just watch. Yeah. So this was her kitchen, but it's been pulled down. You know, when you grow up from the family where everybody lives together, you sometimes need to come back and check what is happening in the development. In Sutan, no mama. Well, okay, probably. So what flow, no good.
Sometimes you come out
What bullying because
what to block him and do slow
okay, what is related to the nonsense. I'm the only one be cheaper. Okay, I will masanaba. No man, Nanto.
Yeah, busy.
Hey, man, who? I'll pull me.
Oh, yeah, Apple. Hey, Gigi.
Up and down, yeah, so you made, you know. But Moko baby, I will find that.
I had them more.
Mommy, I will find that. Mokaba. Okay, Martin. All right. So just spoke to these women when I was younger. They were like me. They were like very young and like young girls. But now they look old, and I'm also getting old. Very soon, another group of kids who also see me as, hey, uncle, I'll become very old like them, and then I'll die. And then they also grow and also die, and somebody will also come and say, hey, uncle, we keep dying. Anyway, this is where I grew up from. This is Bakaano. My first car accident, I had it on this road. Not on this particular road, but I'm taking you there. So the first accident I had in my life, I went to, we didn't have, most of the houses here, we didn't have washrooms in there, toilet. So we had to use the public toilet. So this is... So this is where I grew up. This is where I had my first accident. This is where I had my first accident. Exactly. So there was a toilet over there that we used to go. And there was a public toilet there that we used to go. And then we went, and I was crossing the street with a brother. He crossed the street first. I didn't watch. I thought I had to follow him. I was young. And I crossed, and I was hit by a pickup. They rushed me to the hospital. My grandmother got to know. Let me get down here and show you another beautiful place of my Cape Coast. All right. Yeah, just showing you the area that I lived when I was super young. Yeah. So this is the lagoon that feeds the people of Cape Coast with tilapia. And then the sea is just over there. The sea is just right there. And then the lagoon is here. Lagoon is there. Morning. When I pull me, yo, me figure I man I make me videos kakakra. Aye. All right. Yeah. So I needed to tell them that because they were just staring at me like that. I am bro man. She just said she's not gonna come into the video. Now we see you about as a bum. I'm remember being with that Cape Coast. Yeah, what am I? What's about in the bum? I was pay for one. I was purpose away. The minute I catch on paying for one year, won't put in one channel. I'm paying for one channel.
You be out of here. See, you going Patua. You going Patua. Eh, you bought I'm was be your age, Bana. Ekow, baby. Ekow, well, we were free better. Ma'am, catch up. I never, ma. Be you, going Patua. I don't you. You marry. Igwe potu ana. Ebe
Sisa na chida mukoba.
Chida kwa. Sikamera to. Yo kwara ai.
20 Ghana with every 10.
Sa na aje. Say na aje.
4 years.
Na aje.
1 year be in the 5 city.
Say na aje. 5 years 20 city what ba onyi da aje. O da ka cha na won fansa no nko.
Amia. Sami Joe, Sami a president for Kaji for
No, I told the party. The guy is not happy because he thinks that there's no development happening in Cape Coast. Yeah, the guy is not really happy because he feels there's no development happening in Cape Coast. Why is this guy looking into my car? He could be a bad boy. He's just looking into my car if he can find a phone. It's crazy. Yeah, he's not happy because there's nothing happening in Cape Coast. And for real, nothing is happening in Cape Coast. I keep saying Cape Coast is a little bit dirty and we need to change the mindset of the people. You know? You remember there was an issue where a land was taken from a group of people in Cape Coast because they were managing a space by the beach, and the then MCE of Cape Coast and the people of Cape Coast sold the land to an indigenous of Cape Coast, and it became an issue. So that is the current state of the place right now. It's kind of beautiful, very nice. You know, they are doing what they have to do. You know, I really decided to talk about this brother from Gambia who lived in the UK for some time and really talk about the things that he mentioned. But during the driving, I realized that there are a lot of things that I would rather want to show you than talk about him. So maybe we will do another video and talk about him. Yeah. So this place is Cape Coast Metropolitan Hospital. Here. This is Cape Coast Metropolitan Hospital. You can see from here, Cape Coast Metropolitan Hospital. Your health is our concern, our services, outpatient service, inpatient service, and all the things that they do here. But when you get into the clinic or the hospital, there's something you wouldn't want. There's something you wouldn't want to say that, hey, is this really a hospital? Okay, so there's a red sign here. I don't know what it means. I don't know whether it means that the building is dilapidated. This is the current state of Cape Coast Metropolitan Hospital. When I had my accident, this is where they brought me. Yeah, I was young, but I remember, I mean, because this is the only hospital around this area. So, but a lot of people have been making videos talking about the current state of this clinic or this hospital called the Cape Coast Metropolitan Hospital. This is a metro, not a district. And unfortunately, we have people in the health service, or we have people in Cape Coast who have decided to ignore the structure here, the renovation of this structure here. I've seen a lot of people come do video here, and it's so and I don't know why we have decided to intentionally let things, you know, our problem in Africa has always been the maintenance culture. That has been our problem. I'm part of it. Our main problem has been lack of maintenance. People decide to intentionally leave things to rot and then come back and blame a certain government. Now I'm taking you through the hospital. This was and is supposed to be one of the biggest hospitals in Ghana, or one of the hospitals that is accessible to a lot of people here in Cape Coast. But now look at the state of the hospital right now. Look at the state of the hospital right now. Okay, so whilst I was shooting the video, so that's an X-ray department. This is temporary OPD. That is Central Region Health Insurance Secretariat building. And whilst I was making the video, I saw this beautiful woman, African woman, came out from there and then started praying. I am sure they have someone who has been admitted in the hospital, so they need to pray and ask God for, healing mercies. So this is the hospital right now, the district hospital. This is what it looks like. Look, this is bad. This is very bad for the people of Cape Coast. This is very bad. This is so bad. This is very bad. Okay, I remember some time back, I have an organization called Cape 360. So we organize a health cleaning or sanitation something. And I remember we had our refreshment here. And that time this place was very active. Now look at the situation we have here. Do we have leaders in Cape Coast? We have leaders in Cape Coast. Why is this building left to rot? Why is this building left to rot? People have been talking about it, but nobody seemed to care. Look. This is the situation we are facing here. Look at the parents, it's even sleeping. Lord have mercy on Africans. The day we realize that we are capable of doing what we want to do, it might be too late. Some of us may be dead and gone. Yes. Look, a metropolitan hospital. So what is the MC, the then MC, the minister? Look, the building is just, if I don't go back, this one will even fall on me. Look at where this thing is. Look at that. So what kind of work was put into this? Huh? What kind of work was put into this? And the excuse I keep hearing is because of the C what? Because of the C what? Because of the C what? That's the pharmacy. Look at the pharmacy and then the air condition. So rusted. So is this where people come and get life? This is crazy. Pharmacy department, this is crazy. God, you need to open the eyes of the African to see that maintenance culture is really, really important. Look at this. So this is the situation here now. Cape Coast Metropolitan Hospital. I'm even scared to go in. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. That is what is written here. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. So if it is part of success, why do we have leaders in Cape Coast who have watched that this building, that this hospital that was built years back, now looking into this, and they had the guts to come and put this thing here. So this is the what do you call it? The digital address for this place. Look, I pray nobody should come and ask me what I'm doing. I'll just tell him a peace of mind. So that's the male ward, that's the female ward. The male ward and the female ward. Madam, what me? Now, hospitally, my wife, but I am a year there, ye JBB dam, my sister. Hey, and you won't pay for idea. Mommy, how Marty? Yo, Marty. Oh, yeah, some more. I I don't want to go in there and disturb their work. They can do what they are doing. But that's the female ward, that's the male ward. And this is not so good for the people of Cape Coast. We are looking for development, okay? So if you are looking for development, health is one of the most prioritized things we have to pay particular attention to. But that is not what we see here. So this is the X-ray department, and this is what is showing. The X-ray department. This is what is shown, and this is just close to the female ward. So this is the female ward. X-ray department filled with grass. Oh my lord! This is Cape Coast. Look at this. Money spent to build this, and then we decide to neglect it because we don't care. This is the situation, the X-ray situation. The women are still praying. They believe God will answer their prayer to heal that family member who is sick. They are still praying. Can you see them over there? Yeah. Madam, good morning. Madam, I'm a hospital here in Ekow. Hey. This is crazy, man. She's here to open the hospital. She's just saying she just here to open the hospital. Good morning. Appointment Yamanadon. Bobby Mimi saw some kaka. Na Miss Mayon Hospital yeah boy one by mo and to the office no our station mo Cape 360 or to the Cape FM no way our Cape Coast higher internet on your internet no internet and there's this ano nko share that radio we take but obi asora wa for no phone or hwe more call internet na be okay for you me that yo what I say may footages for Cape Coast urban tourism Cape 360 Ekow Facebook e bo was this year watch you okay me that say oh yes station or your online internet Cape 360 it's crazy how this place is looking. So he was like, that is the office of them paying. Look at the office, now an old structure built in the 80s or something, and it's crazy. Look, I've seen someone there, but I don't want to go there. Like I said, I didn't come here to interview anybody. I just want to show the people of Cape Coast that this is there, and that is St. Augustine's College. Yes. This is St. Augustine's College. You see, I had a conversation. Look at it. Look at this. Why can't we keep the hospital as clean as we can? Why? What is wrong with us? This is okay where the water, connection works. It's open. It's rusty. Nobody gives a fuck about this. Anyway, I was talking to someone the other day, and he was like, Ekow, we do have big schools in Ghana. So this is the road from Bakaano, okay, to St. Augustine's, the breeze Ola. So I'm just in the middle, and I decided to, it's early morning, I decided to come to the beach and just chill, because that is what I do sometimes. So I was talking to a brother, right, and then the brother was saying that, Ekow, we have all these good schools in Ghana. Talk about St. Augustine's, which is the next, they share neighbor with, if there was supposed to be a wall, they share a wall with this hospital here, St. Augustine's. Few months ago or weeks ago, they had an anniversary celebration. The Cape Coast was filled with men and women. Men who attended school here, men who are following their friends who attended school here, women who are following their husbands who attended school here. The whole place was filled. So
I am tempted to ask those schools in Ghana, in Cape Coast, in Fantapim, you see all these people coming here. Can't we, instead of, no, I'm not saying instead of, but yes, we have to do something for our alma mater, for the school. Perfect. But can we also look at a situation where every year, when you guys come to Cape Coast, because you were old students, you come to Cape Coast, and then the area that the school is, the community that the school is, can we talk to the assembly members? Can we talk to the people and say, okay, St. Augustine's is in Ola. Let's look at Ola community. What do they lack? Aside you people building science laboratory for your school, building boarding houses for your alma maters, can we also look at a point where you will say, okay, St. Augustine's is located in Ola. Let's go through Ola. Ola people need toilet. They need this. They need this. They need this. So aside building a dormitory for St. Augustine's, building a dormitory for Adesado College, building a dormitory for Wesley Girls, building a dormitory for a science lab for this and that, can we also add something in the community so that they can say that, hey, this year group 2024, when they came for their anniversary, aside building whatever they did for their school, they also built a toilet, or they also built an ICT center, or they also built this or that for the school or for the community. At least then we will know that we are getting something from those of you who attended school here, left making money, doing whatever you're doing, and coming back just a weekend to squander money and meet your people and get the vibe. It's so beautiful. But can we go to the extent of supporting the community where the school is located? Is it possible? If it is, let's start thinking about it. So next year, I know Fantapim, I know St. Augustine's, Wesley Girls, Holy Child. I know you'll be coming back for your anniversary, whatever. Please get a committee. Take them through the town where the school is located. That's what I'm saying. If it is Holy Child, we will say RCC area, petrol area. Get some people to go there. You are women. Go there. Okay, we've seen 5 women who are trying to, push their product or push their businesses and everything. Can we support it so that in a way we are not only supporting our school because it's an alma mater? Where is the school located? The school is located in an area, so why can't we support that area? Anyway, I just it's something that I do. I come out early in the mornings just to have a feel of the sun. The sun is yet to come. It's yet to come. But I'm gonna shoot you a nice drone shot of this place and how it's looking here in the morning after the rains yesterday. I know you're gonna love it. Thank you very much for checking out my YouTube channel. The women are still praying. I've been working for over 15 minutes. They're still praying. God, I pray that whatever they are praying for, let it come into pass. In God's name, in Allah's name, we pray. Amen.